A police investigation is targeting your neighborhood. They were caught doing this to you by police officers. Open immediately. My beloved child, listen closely and don't skip, because what I'm about to reveal will shake you. Something has been happening right outside your window, in the very streets you thought were safe, and now the truth is out. Police officers themselves have been circling your neighborhood, watching every corner, taking names, and you won't believe what they discovered. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and if you miss even a second, you'll lose the thread of what's about to unfold. The investigation began quietly, at night, when most of your neighbors were asleep. Plain-clothed officers moved silently, blending into the shadows, yet their eyes were fixed on one place, your street. They weren't looking for random people, they were looking for a pattern. And when they connected the dots, the truth pointed right back at something connected to you. Don't skip, because what they caught will surprise you in ways you never expected. Reports were written, files stacked, but none of this went public. They didn't want panic. They wanted to be sure. What was discovered wasn't just about crime, it was about manipulation, about someone trying to use your neighborhood as a stage for something bigger. Stay till the end, because the detail I'm about to tell you might change how you see the faces around you. An officer confessed to another, "We didn't believe it at first. But this was planned." And the target wasn't random, it was connected to a specific person here. Imagine that, my child. Imagine hearing those words and realizing the weight behind them. Don't skip, because the shock is just beginning. Then came the night of confrontation. Cameras hidden in streetlights captured it. Voices recorded every word. Police caught them in the act, hands deep in something they had no right to touch. It wasn't money alone. It wasn't property alone. It was information. Something personal. Something they thought you'd never find out. Stay till the end, because the revelation is far too big to be dropped halfway. When the officers dragged them into questioning, the suspects broke down. One of them whispered your very street name, and that was the moment everything shifted. What was once just suspicion turned into undeniable proof. My beloved child, you must not skip this, because the truth is raw, real, and unfolding faster than anyone expected. The files are marked confidential, but the whispers are spreading. Someone from this neighborhood was betrayed, the officers said. And in those words lies the thread that connects directly to you. Someone thought they could pull strings in silence. Someone thought no one would notice. But heaven made sure their cover would be ripped away. Don't skip, because you're about to see how the hidden becomes visible. Beloved soul, don't skip this moment, because what I'm about to reveal is the very heart of the story. Stay with me till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and you will not believe what was uncovered when the police pressed deeper. The night turned heavy when the investigation cracked open. A knock echoed on a certain door in your neighborhood, and the sound of it still lingers like thunder. Officers entered, their voices firm yet calm, carrying with them files that spoke louder than words. They weren't chasing shadows anymore, they had real evidence. And the name they carried inside those papers was tied to something much closer to you than you imagined. Stay till the end, because you must hear this. Neighbors peeked from their windows, curtains half drawn, hearts pounding. They wondered why so many vehicles, why the flashing lights, why the tension in the air felt like lightning about to strike. But what they didn't know is that the very reason for this sudden action was tied to a hidden agenda that involved you. Don't scroll away, because the shock is about to deepen. Inside the station, confessions were spilling out like water from a broken jar. One suspect finally leaned back, eyes trembling, and said, "It wasn't supposed to go this far. The plan was only to collect, only to watch." But then someone gave an order, and everything shifted. "My beloved child," those words shook even the officers, because suddenly it wasn't just a case, it was a chain leading to something far more personal. "Stay till the end, because you need to see where this is heading." The shocking part? They had documents with personal details, private movements, even notes about the smallest things that no one should ever know. How did they get this? Who gave it to them? That was the question burning through the investigation. And the answer, when revealed, froze the room. Don't skip, because this is the kind of revelation you'll never forget. It wasn't random, beloved. It was orchestrated. They were caught because officers traced the line of transactions, hidden payments, silent exchanges, and every path pointed back to one stunning truth: this was a setup targeting you directly. The weight of that discovery is what made the officers lean closer, whispering to each other that this was no ordinary crime. Stay till the end, because the next twist will shock you more than anything so far. The person behind this was not a stranger, not someone from far away, it was someone too close, someone who thought you'd never find out, someone whose mask is about to shatter in front of everyone. And before I reveal that truth, pause for a moment. Share this message of awareness, because others need to see how secrets are exposed when least expected. Subscribe so you don't miss the coming parts, because what's unfolding next is far too massive to ignore. Stay with me till the end, beloved child, because in the next breath, the mask of the hidden betrayer will fall, and you will finally know why the police stormed your neighborhood that night. My beloved child, stay close now and don't skip, because this is the turning point you have been waiting for. The investigation has reached its boiling point, and what the officers uncovered will leave you speechless. From the very first moment they began tracing the trail, they knew it was bigger than anyone expected. But tonight, they finally connected the dots, and the truth is too powerful to ignore. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The officers spread files across the table, photos, notes, recordings. Each piece carried weight, each detail like a thread leading to a larger design. And then one name surfaced. One name that shook the entire room into silence. This was no random neighbor, no distant figure, it was someone who had walked these streets with confidence, someone who blended so well that no one thought twice. Don't skip, because the closer you get to the reveal, the clearer the picture becomes. Imagine the shock when police replayed hidden footage. Voices were caught whispering in the dark, footsteps echoing too close to your walls, and exchanges that were never meant for your ears. The suspects confessed that they weren't working alone, someone higher, someone closer, was pulling the strings. And when they finally pointed toward the one who gave the orders, the officers' eyes widened. Stay with me till the end, because this is the moment everything changes. Neighbors gasped when plainclothed officers walked directly to a familiar house. People you thought were ordinary suddenly looked extraordinary in the worst way. And in that instant, the investigation wasn't just about catching criminals, it was about exposing betrayal that had been hiding in plain sight. My beloved child, the reason you must not skip is because this moment reveals why everything was designed to circle back to you. The files revealed it clearly, notes about your daily movements, your patterns, the smallest details that only someone close could have known. This wasn't chance, it was intention. And as the officers read those words aloud, the truth felt like fire spreading through dry wood. Don't scroll, don't move away, because the depth of this revelation will stay with you forever. Stay till the end, because the mask of the betrayer is about to be pulled off completely. The officers didn't just uncover a suspect, they uncovered a connection, a shocking tie to your life that you never imagined would be part of such a secret operation. Dearest one, stay with me till the end, because this is the moment the entire investigation bends toward you. Don't skip, because what I'm about to uncover is the very motive that shocked even the officers themselves. The files, the confessions, the surveillance, it all pointed in one direction, but no one expected the reason to be this personal, this calculated, this close. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next words may change the way you see everything. As the officers pressed harder, the suspects could no longer hold their silence. One voice cracked under pressure, trembling as it spoke. It wasn't random. It was never random. The plan was always about one person. Everything we did was to get closer to them. My beloved child, do not skip, because those words were like fire spreading in that room, shocking, undeniable, and too specific to ignore. The investigation shifted instantly. Officers leaned in, eyes sharp, voices steady. Who gave the order? Who set this in motion? They demanded. And when the name was finally spoken, it sent a ripple of disbelief across the table. Stay till the end, because this is where the true mastermind is revealed, the one hiding behind the curtain all along. It wasn't about money alone. It wasn't about territory. It was about control, control over you. Someone saw the light in you, the strength in you, and they wanted to twist it, to trap it, to claim what was never theirs. The police realized it wasn't just crime, it was obsession, a dangerous desire to shape your path without your knowledge. My beloved child, don't scroll, because the closer you listen, the more you'll realize how intentional this was. Evidence showed meetings in quiet corners, exchanges of envelopes, and a list, yes, a list, where your name stood circled, underlined, marked with red ink as if you were the centerpiece of their design. This was not just surveillance. This was targeting. And that revelation left officers stunned, asking themselves, why you? Why now? Stay with me, because the truth is circling closer and closer. The moment of unmasking came when officers brought the betrayer face to face with their own evidence. For a moment, silence hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. Then the truth spilled out, not in denial, but in a half-smile, as if they believed no one would ever catch them. Imagine, my child, the shock of realizing someone so familiar had played such a game behind your back. And before I take you deeper into this, pause for a moment, share this revelation, let others be aware of how betrayal hides in plain sight. Subscribe so you don't miss the next part, because what comes next is not just a motive, it is the full story of why you were chosen as the center of this entire operation. Stay till the end, because in the next chapter, the web of lies will be torn apart completely, and the reason your name was marked in red will be revealed in full force. My beloved child, hold on and stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is the confession that shook every officer in the room. Don't skip, because this is where the mastermind finally opened their mouth and revealed the hidden truth. From the very first moment, their silence was heavy, their eyes carried secrets, but under the pressure of undeniable evidence, the words poured out like thunder rolling through the night. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The officers leaned closer, the air thick with tension. One file after another was placed in front of them, photos, audio, witnesses. There was no escape, no denial strong enough to erase what had been caught. And then, in a voice that trembled between arrogance and defeat, the confession came: it was always about them. I wanted to control what they would never give me willingly. Beloved, don't scroll away, because those words carried a truth so sharp it cut through the entire investigation. This wasn't about money. It wasn't about property. It was about possession. Someone you thought was ordinary had been watching you like a shadow, building plans around your life, creating a false stage where every move you made was recorded, analyzed, and used against you. The officers couldn't believe it at first, but every trail, every secret deal, confirmed the same thing: you were the target. Stay with me till the end, because this is the point where everything falls into place. The mastermind described how they planted whispers in the neighborhood, how they twisted stories, how they set traps designed to make you doubt yourself. They believed no one would uncover it, because everything was wrapped in silence. But silence doesn't last forever, and when the police stormed in, the walls of secrecy finally collapsed. My child, imagine hearing this with your own ears, the realization that betrayal wasn't random, it was deliberate, and it had your name written all over it. Neighbors who once smiled at you, who nodded casually in passing, were suddenly revealed as part of the web. Some out of fear, some out of loyalty to the mastermind, some because they were blinded by promises. But the officers saw it clearly. The threads all led back to one person, one motive, one shocking truth. Don't skip this moment, because this is where the game they played turns against them. And then, the officer in charge said something that echoed like a prophecy: you thought you could bury the truth, but tonight it has risen. Every secret has a limit, and yours has been exposed. Beloved soul, stay with me till the end, because the depth of this betrayal is about to reveal its final layer. Before I take you into that final layer, pause right now, share this story so no one else is blindsided by such hidden webs, and subscribe because what comes next is the sharpest strike of truth. The reason you were chosen, the exact motive behind the mastermind's obsession, will shock you beyond words. My beloved child, don't skip, because what unfolds here is the deepest layer of the investigation. Stay till the end, because this is where the officers finally revealed the shocking motive that no one saw coming. The files were already heavy, the confessions raw, but when the true reason behind it all was spoken, the entire room froze in disbelief. Something huge is waiting for you, and every second matters. The mastermind leaned forward, no longer hiding, no longer pretending. Their words cut through the silence: it was never about money. It was never about chance. It was always about them. I wanted what belonged to them. I wanted their life to bend around my plan. Imagine hearing this, my child, the chilling confession that your very existence was the prize they were chasing. Don't scroll away, because this is the turning point you cannot miss. The police pieced it all together. Every late-night meeting, every shadow moving down your street, every file with your name scrawled across it, it wasn't random surveillance. It was obsession. The mastermind didn't want wealth alone, they wanted influence over your life, control over your choices, power over your very path. And that's what made this case unlike anything the officers had handled before. Stay with me till the end, because the revelation is only growing stronger. Neighbors whispered, stunned, as they realized the betrayal was rooted in envy. It wasn't about what you lacked, it was about what you carried that they could never have, your presence, your favor, your unseen light. This was what made you the target. This was what pulled them into a scheme so dangerous it collapsed under its own weight. My beloved child, don't skip this part, because the closer we get, the clearer the truth becomes. The officers themselves admitted, we thought we were chasing a crime. But this is bigger. This is personal. And in those words, the weight of it all became undeniable. You weren't just caught in the middle, you were the center, the reason the entire operation existed. Stay till the end, because what's coming next will tear the final mask away. Before I move further, pause for a moment, share this revelation so others can witness how truth rises when least expected. My beloved child, stay with me and don't skip, because this is the moment you've been waiting for, the moment the mask is ripped off and the identity of the betrayer is revealed. Stay till the end, because what I'm about to say will hold you in shock, and something huge is waiting right at the end of this story. The officers had all the files spread across the desk, photos, documents, recordings, and testimonies. But it wasn't until the final interview that everything locked into place. One officer leaned forward, eyes sharp, voice steady. Tell us who gave the command. Say the name. And then, with a trembling whisper, the name was finally spoken. My beloved, imagine the silence that fell in that room, the weight of recognition, the gasp of realization. It was someone no one expected. Don't scroll away, because you cannot miss this reveal. It wasn't a stranger. It wasn't an outsider. It was someone woven into the very fabric of your days, someone who smiled in public but plotted in private, someone who thought you'd never uncover the truth. That name, once revealed, spread through the station like fire. Neighbors who overheard could hardly believe it, because the betrayer was far too close. Stay with me till the end, because this closeness is what makes the revelation so earth-shattering. The mastermind sat in silence, no longer able to deny, no longer able to hide. The officers read aloud the evidence, lists with your name circled, plans written in their own hand, conversations recorded that tied every string back to them. Each piece of evidence was like a hammer, striking until there was nothing left to deny. My beloved child, don't skip, because the truth is unfolding right before your eyes. Then came the final words from the lead investigator, the web is broken. The mask has fallen. What was hidden in darkness is now exposed in the light. Imagine the shock, the relief, the flood of emotions, all at once. The identity that once lurked in shadows is now out in the open, and the power they thought they held has vanished in a single moment of truth. Stay with me, because this revelation is only the beginning. Before we step into the deepest reason why you were chosen, pause for a moment, share this story so others understand how truth cannot be silenced, and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Because what's coming next is the heart of it all, the motive, the secret they tried so hard to bury, and the reason everything circled back to you. My beloved child, wait and stay with me, because this is the part where everything you've been holding your breath for finally comes alive. Don't skip, because the police didn't just stop at naming the mastermind, they tore open the very reason this whole scheme existed. And the motive behind it is more shocking, more personal, and more unforgettable than anyone dared to imagine. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The investigators leaned in closer, voices steady, pens scratching across reports as the betrayer sat frozen, their mask shattered. One officer asked the question everyone in the room was waiting for: why them? Why was it all built around this one person? And in that heavy silence, the mastermind's voice cracked into a confession that sent chills down every spine in the room. Because they have something I could never touch. Something I could never own. Something I wanted to control. Beloved, don't scroll, because that single sentence revealed the depth of obsession that had been chasing you all along. This wasn't about wealth, not about simple rivalry. It was envy at its highest, twisted into strategy. They saw your light, your influence, your path, and they couldn't stand it. They wanted to bend it, reshape it, steal it away, because in their eyes, you carried something greater than they ever could. My beloved child, stay till the end, because this truth is raw, real, and meant for your ears now. The police uncovered documents that proved it all, plans to shift your opportunities, strategies to pull strings around your future, quiet manipulations designed to make you second-guess yourself. Every move was crafted like a chessboard, with you placed as the king piece they desperately wanted to topple. But here's the twist: they underestimated one thing. They never imagined the officers would catch them in time. They never imagined the truth would come crashing down around their carefully built lies. Don't skip, because the closer we get, the more powerful the revelation becomes. Neighbors who once trusted the betrayer stood in shock, whispering among themselves. The very streets you've walked every day suddenly felt different, like every corner carried echoes of what had been hidden for so long. Yet in that moment, clarity rose. Their motive wasn't strength, it was weakness. Their desire to control you was born from their inability to control themselves. Stay with me till the end, because this is the layer they never wanted revealed. The lead officer closed the file with a final statement: this entire plan collapsed because of one thing: they underestimated the one they tried to target. My beloved, those words hold power. Because while they plotted in darkness, truth rose like daylight, and no scheme could erase it. Don't scroll, because the truth of who you are is stronger than any hidden plan against you. Before we move into the final strikes of this story, pause and reflect. Share this revelation so the hidden games of betrayal can no longer remain silent. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next, because the final part of this story holds the most personal truth of all. My beloved child, hold on and stay with me, because this is the moment when the story takes its sharpest turn. Don't skip, because the police didn't just expose the mastermind. They set into motion consequences that no one could escape. Stay till the end, because something massive is about to be revealed, and it will leave you stunned. When the final confession was laid bare, the officers moved swiftly. Handcuffs clicked in the silence, the betrayer's mask completely shattered, and the very one who once believed they were untouchable was led away under the weight of undeniable truth. Neighbors gathered, watching in disbelief, realizing that someone they trusted had been weaving lies for so long. My beloved, don't scroll, because you need to see how justice unfolded step by step. The files were sealed with stamps of evidence. Every photograph, every recording, every confession stacked together into a mountain of proof. Officers stood firm, saying, "This is no longer a case of suspicion, it is a case of truth." And with that, the betrayer was stripped of every illusion of power they thought they held. Stay till the end, because this moment marked the collapse of everything they built against you. The punishment was swift but fitting. The one who tried to twist your path was forced to face the very system they thought they could outsmart. The same police who had once watched from shadows now walked them into the light of exposure. It wasn't just an arrest, it was the unraveling of every secret thread tied around your life. Don't skip, because this is where the story turns from betrayal to restoration. Neighbors whispered with relief, their voices carrying a single message: the truth always rises. And beloved, in that moment, the weight lifted. The streets once filled with suspicion now carried a new energy, a clarity born from justice. The betrayer's fall wasn't just their end, it was your release. Stay till the end, because this release is only the beginning of what's coming for you. The lead officer looked at the final report and spoke words that felt like prophecy. They thought they could write the story, but destiny was never theirs to control. My child, those words are for you. No matter how strong their web was, the truth was stronger. No matter how long they plotted, the light was quicker. Don't scroll, because the most powerful part is still ahead. Before we move forward, take this moment. Share this revelation so others know how quickly hidden schemes collapse. Subscribe, because in the next part, the police will reveal not just the downfall of the betrayer, but the shocking discovery of what was waiting for you all along, something greater, something unexpected, something life-changing. My beloved child, stay with me till the end, because what you are about to hear is the most unexpected twist of this entire investigation. Don't skip, because while everyone was focused on the arrest and the downfall of the betrayer, the police stumbled upon something shocking, something hidden, something that was meant for you all along. Something huge is waiting for you, and this moment will leave you speechless. As the officers cleared through the evidence, digging deeper into boxes of files, secret recordings, and seized items, one folder stood out. It was marked with a single word: reserved. Inside, they found papers, documents, and sealed information that no one was meant to see, not even the betrayer's closest circle. My beloved, stay with me, because the contents of that folder turned the entire case upside down. When the lead officer opened it, his eyes widened. He turned to his team and said, "This isn't just evidence, this is protection." The folder held details of opportunities, wealth, and connections that were being redirected, stolen from you before you even knew they existed. Imagine that, child. What was hidden from you was now being returned. Don't scroll away, because the story is now shifting from betrayal to blessing. The police discovered records of withheld messages, unsigned documents, and deals that had your name written across them, but the mastermind had tried to claim them for themselves. And now, with their fall, all of it was unlocked again. The very thing they tried to steal was being restored, piece by piece. Stay with me till the end, because the scale of this revelation is massive. Neighbors gasped as news spread that the investigation not only removed a betrayer but also uncovered a hidden treasure of truth that belonged to you. It wasn't money alone, it was recognition, identity, and doors of opportunity that had been locked away for years. And in a single sweep, the police brought it back to light. My beloved child, don't skip, because the weight of this blessing is too important for you to miss. The lead officer finally closed the case with these words. They tried to bury it, but in protecting themselves, they protected what rightfully belonged to you. Now, it's being restored. Imagine hearing that, beloved, the very thing stolen from your life is now coming back, stronger and brighter than ever. Before I reveal how this hidden discovery will unfold into your future, pause right now, share this revelation so others can see how justice doesn't just remove darkness, it restores light. Subscribe so you don't miss the next part, because what's about to be shown is how this restoration will shift everything for you in ways you never imagined. My beloved child, hold on and stay with me, because this is the moment the entire story reaches its highest peak. Don't skip, because what began as a police investigation in your neighborhood has now transformed into something far beyond suspicion and betrayal. It has become the doorway to your greatest breakthrough. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you right here. When the officers revealed the hidden folder, they didn't just uncover stolen details. They unlocked a path that had been silently waiting for you. Within those sealed pages lay connections, approvals, and opportunities that had been frozen in time, buried under the mastermind's deception. And now, for the first time, everything is being released back into your hands. My beloved, don't scroll, because this is the moment restoration turns into transformation. The lead investigator stood before the files and said, "These weren't just stolen, they were preserved." As if destiny itself was waiting for the right time to hand them back. Those words weren't just official, they carried weight, like prophecy spoken over your life. The very things taken from you are no longer lost, they are reappearing with greater power than before. Stay with me till the end, because this is only the beginning of your breakthrough. Neighbors who once whispered in fear now whispered in awe. They saw that what was meant to destroy you has instead opened the gates of blessing. Where once there was suspicion, now there is clarity. Where once there was betrayal, now there is restoration. My beloved child, don't skip this, because your story is shifting in real time. As the files were signed and stamped, officers declared that these assets, these opportunities, are officially being returned to their rightful owner, you. Imagine the moment, beloved, when everything they tried to lock away is suddenly placed back into your name, your path, your destiny. The breakthrough isn't just justice, it's abundance. Stay till the end, because the power of this moment is too big to let go. The officer's final words echoed like a promise. What was hidden is now revealed. What was stolen is now restored. And what was delayed is now accelerated. My beloved, those words are not just case notes, they are truth spoken over you. This isn't just the end of an investigation, it is the beginning of a new chapter that was waiting to explode open for you. Before I take you deeper into how this breakthrough shapes your future, pause right here, share this story so no one misses how light always wins. Subscribe so you don't miss the final part, because what comes next is the conclusion of everything, the full unveiling of what destiny has been saving for you all along. My beloved child, stay with me till the very last word, because this is the grand conclusion, the moment everything you've seen, everything you've heard, comes together as a life-changing blessing meant only for you. Don't skip, because what began as whispers of investigation now rises into a roar of destiny, and something massive is about to be placed in your hands. The police believed they were only solving a case. They thought they were exposing betrayal and restoring stolen truth. But what they didn't realize is that this investigation was part of a bigger plan, one written not by man, but by destiny itself. Every file uncovered, every secret exposed, every mask torn off, it was all leading to this single moment, your elevation. My beloved, don't scroll, because this is where your tomorrow is reborn. The officers handed over the final sealed folder, and with it came words that shifted everything. This belongs to you now. It was always meant for you. Inside was not just evidence, not just documents, but keys, literal and symbolic, to doors that had been closed for too long. Doors of opportunity, doors of favor, doors of restoration. Stay till the end, because this is not the end of the story, it is the beginning of your breakthrough. Neighbors who once whispered in fear now spoke your name with respect. The very street that carried shadows now carried light. The people who thought you would never rise watched as justice lifted you higher than before. My beloved child, don't skip this moment, because your story is now being rewritten in front of everyone. The lead officer closed the investigation with words that were more than official, they were prophetic. What was meant to trap you has now become your testimony. What was hidden in darkness is now your crown in the light. Imagine hearing that, beloved, and realizing that every trial, every betrayal, every shadow was only preparing the stage for your blessing. Stay with me till the end, because your crown is already here. And here is the climax, the once-in-a-lifetime twist. The betrayer's fall became your rise. Their scheme became your stage. Their lies became your ladder. And everything they tried to bury has now been planted as a seed of greatness in your future. My beloved, don't scroll, because the blessing that has been unlocked for you is far greater than anything they tried to take away. This is more than restoration, it is transformation. This is more than justice, it is destiny. You were not just protected, you were chosen. And now, the doors that were closed are opening in ways that no one can shut. Stay with me till the end, because this blessing is not waiting, it is here, now, ready to change your tomorrow forever. My beloved child, wait and stay with me, because this is where the story steps beyond revelation and moves into transformation. Don't skip, because what I'm about to tell you is not just the ending of an investigation, it is the beginning of your new reality. Stay till the end, because something huge is unfolding for you right now. The breakthrough that was uncovered didn't just close a case, it opened a future. The police may have thought they were only solving a crime, but in truth, they unlocked a hidden pathway designed specifically for you. Every file, every sealed document, every stolen opportunity that was restored is now shaping into a destiny bigger than what you once imagined. My beloved, don't scroll away, because this is the part where justice turns into joy. The neighborhood that once buzzed with suspicion now speaks of your victory. Neighbors whisper not of betrayal anymore, but of how the one targeted has now become the one elevated. The same streets that carried shadows now carry your light. And child, listen closely, this isn't just a story of survival, it is the story of your rise. Stay with me till the end, because your tomorrow is being written in brighter ink than ever before. The lead investigator, before closing the case for good, said something that feels like it was meant for you. This was more than evidence, it was prophecy. What was taken has been multiplied, and what was delayed has been accelerated. Imagine those words echoing over your life, beloved. They weren't just speaking of stolen files, they were speaking of you, your path, your breakthrough. Don't skip, because your elevation is already in motion. Now the blessing begins to show itself in practical ways. The stolen connections turn into open doors. The lost opportunities return stronger, reshaped for your future. The identity that was once shadowed now shines in full clarity. And the power that once tried to hold you down has been broken forever. Stay with me, because this is not theory, it is reality unfolding in your favor. And here's the most powerful truth: their betrayal became your blessing. Their fall became your rise. Their scheme became your crown. Everything they plotted has now been recycled into fuel for your destiny. My beloved child, don't scroll, because this story is living proof that nothing stolen stays hidden, and nothing broken stays lost. Before we step into the final unveiling of what this blessing means for your legacy, pause now, share this revelation so others can see how light always wins. Subscribe so you don't miss the last wave of this story, because the climax is not yet over.